YouTube, Chicken Shub here with a review of the D-Arts Venusaur. Now, this actually came out last year, quite a while ago, at least probably 8 months ago or so. But I'm just now getting around to it because Tamashii items really haven't been a priority for me lately. But with Lucario coming out this month and it currently being on my review schedule, I should probably get Venusaur out before we take a look at Lucario. So, this was the last of the Kanto stars to be released. We had Mewtwo, and then we had Charizard, then Blastoise. So, Venusaur was the last to be released, and he's probably the worst of the bunch. But, he's still got his little perks. Included with Venusaur are a bunch of Vine Whip parts and the Pokeball stage. However, it does not have an actual, claw portion of the Tamashii stage. It just has the base, which is fine. He would no way need the claw portion. So you do get the base, at least. You can plop him on there, I guess. You can do that. But he isn't that bad. He gets a kind of a bad rap because, I mean, Blastoise, for what he was actually quite posable. And then, obviously, Mewtwo and Charizard have a lot of posability options going for them. Well, Venusaur just doesn't. He's a four-legged little lizard thing, dinosaur, whatever. And he just doesn't have a whole lot going for him. And like the other ones, the way he's segmented, it kind of looks bad, I think. But that's kind of the trouble with articulated Pokemon figures, is that in order for the articulation to happen, you need these sort of segmentations. So there really isn't a whole lot you can do about it. And it doesn't really look all that awful if you get him in a right pose. He's got really big leaves and stuff, so it's actually covering a lot of the visibility portions. So, overall, it's not that bad, but it could be off-putting to some people. Articulation-wise, you got movement in the feet here. These are on several different ball and sockets, so you can get an array of different sort of foot poses. More in the back than in the front, but still overall pretty decent. His mouth does open and close. And you do get a little bit of rotation in the head there. Not a whole lot of clearance. And this does click a lot because it's made up of so many segments, so don't be freaked out if he starts clicking at you and stuff. That's just a natural thing for these figures. The tree is fully pop-offable, so you can make a naked Venusaur. This is why Venusaur has a tree, otherwise he just looks like a Blastoise without a shell. But that just pops right on and off, no problem. As I was going to say before it popped off, it does rotate, so feel free to get it in however position you want to. Each of these are on separate little joints, so they can twist and turn. The petals up here on the tree are also on individual ball and sockets, so they can also twist and turn and raise and lower. But really, that is about it for this guy. Like I said, he's very, very basic. Being four-legged, there isn't a whole lot he can do. You do get these Vine Whip pieces, though. And obviously, you have two that plug into his side down here, where that hole is. In fact, I'll pop off his tree to show you. Right in these holes right here. I don't think these are marked right or left, because in the end it really doesn't matter. They are very loose in here, though. I will say that. They are very, very loose in connections. At least this one is. This one's actually kind of tight. Let me try switching them around. Yeah, this joint right there is actually bigger than the other one, obviously. So we will position these to go forward. This one might as well not even exist, really, but go ahead and pop his tree back on. Just like so. Thankfully, with the tree there, we can raise this up. Nope, I just popped it off. raise it up a little bit and hopefully kind of get it to rest in between the trees, and that's not even working at all. We tried, Venusaur, but you have a limp tree. I am sorry, buddy. So you do get these little pieces right here to make the vine whip even longer. You can pop these off and then pop them right on here to make a shorter vine whip if you so please. Otherwise, you can pop these back on and pop it on here. So now you got that vine whip going. This one's going to be a very grounded vine whip, and it popped out of that joint again. And now the other one popped off. Venusaur's awesome, and this actually isn't Venusaur's problem. I'm just kind of ham-handing it. So you got that, and then otherwise, you can attach these. Since this one's kind of hanging on the ground anyway. And you can make them pretty long. However, with the vine whips of this length, even the one with the better joint has tendency to droop because it does have a lot of weight at that tip there. So there we go, Venusaur with the big vine whip, which makes for a cool display. I do love the vine whip. I kind of wish he could have came with a solar beam or leech seed sort of effect to come out of the tree up top. I think that would have been very cool. But alas, we only have the vine whip since the other guys only got one effect part as well. So if we kind of pick him up, plop that base under him, and there we go. So there we have Venusaur. Like I said, a very, very simple release. And all of these are at the core, but given the fact that Venusaur's a four-legged creature, he just doesn't have a whole lot going for him as you do with Charizard and Mewtwo, and even Blastoise to an extent. However, that doesn't make him any less cool. If you're a fan of Venusaur, this is a great figure to pick up. He is slightly posable, the Vine Whip effect is cool, and there isn't a whole lot of Pokemon toys out that are of this scale. A lot of them are quite a bit smaller. So, like I said, if you're a fan of Venusaur, this is a great pickup. It's a great pickup regardless, even if you're a fan of Pokemon. Just to have the entire Kanto trio is really cool. Like I said, Lucario is actually out now, so you can check out some reviews of him, and I will be reviewing him sometime this month of June. And we'll take a look at him. He does look really cool as well. So, I really hope they continue these Pokemon lines, start getting into some Megas. I'd love to see Mega Blastoise, Charizards, and Venusaur. That'd be kind of neat to pose alongside these guys, but we shall see what happens. So, overall, a cool pickup for Venusaur fans, but not the best the line has to offer. Thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.